And we are live. Hi, it's Diana Debbie from An Ageless Life. Today is Supplement Saturday, and what we are talking about is Coenzyme Q. And Coenzyme Q is something that naturally occurs in your body. It starts decreasing in the amount after about the age of 20. And it looks like my internet is not very stable, so we'll see how this goes. I may do a rebroadcast in a bit, so we'll see. Anyway, not sure what you were able to see or what you were able to hear, so we're going to start it again. It's Diana from An Ageless Life. We're talking about Coenzyme Q because it is Supplement Saturday, and that's what our topic is for today. So first of all, my approach towards supplements is that we get them through the natural way first, be it sleep, because sometimes we can do things to enhance our sleep, be it supplements that you take. For example, in this instance, my first go-to is to supplement through food. And so I'm going to list some of the foods, but generally we're going to go through what is Coenzyme Q, what does it do in your body, where can I get it as far as foods, and then talk about a little bit how much should you take, how little should you take, are there certain conditions that you have that make it more likely that you're going to have a deficiency, and what is the overall approach as we age. So first of all, Coenzyme Q is a naturally occurring product in our bodies that we make, and it starts decreasing in its level after about the age of 20 or so. It is used in reproduction, in heart, and so it has some pretty broad range of activities. It is part of what we use for the mitochondria, and mitochondria you can think of as the engine kind of for the cells, because it tells the cells what to do, and it needs to have all of the appropriate tools in its tool set in order to make things and to really determine how healthy the cell is and the function of the cell. Like I said, it is something that is for blood pressure. A lot of times people that have coronary artery disease or some kind of heart condition, they'll recommend that they take Coenzyme Q. It's also something that you kind of check for in the body to see if that is low if you have a heart condition. The understanding that Coenzyme Q helps with the energy of the cell really gives us a better understanding of how widespread it is throughout the body. Sometimes it's used to help reduce migraines if you have migraines. But let's talk a little bit about the foods that have Coenzyme Q in them. And it's primarily found in organ meat. Now, I know a lot of you are going to go, ew, organ meat, yuck, I don't eat that. And I just remember growing up, my grandmother would have a certain frequency that she would always have organ meat. So she would have either chicken livers or beef liver or those kinds of things, probably about once a month. And sure enough, when you look at those, chicken liver has more of the Coenzyme Q in it than does beef liver, but both of them are a really good source. Now, when you're eating organ meat, it's super, super important that you get it from something that was healthy, right? Because if you think about it, okay, so the organs are what's used to detox the body of whatever animal it is. So it pulls out heavy metals and any toxin or anything that might be accumulated in the body. And so we want to make sure that the animal that we get that from had a pretty clean life as far as that goes. So especially in instances where I'm eating organ meat, I'm going to want to make sure that it is grass-fed or and was basically, it's organic and had a good quality of life. So that's Would be like a free-range chicken. It would be beef that is pasture-fed and allowed to roam in the pasture, all of those things. And like I said, really important when you're eating organ meat as far as that's concerned. Fatty fish is another really great place to get it. Fatty fish is like mackerel, sardines, trout, any of those things that typically fatty fish you'll find in a colder environment because they need the fat in order to stay warm because they don't really have any way to raise their blood temperature or body temperature. So they have this insulation of fat that kind of keeps the cold out. Similar to what you would see when you wear a scuba suit, right? When you go out when it's cold. Soybeans are another great option. I recommend again with tofu and soybeans because there are a lot of GMO, that you get something that's fairly clean as far as that's concerned. And then vegetables. Broccoli is something that's absolutely fabulous as far as having coenzyme Q in it. And broccoli is one of those things that's best if it's steamed or cooked a little bit. I know a lot of people really like raw, but your body can really utilize that and absorb the nutrients from it if, in fact, you cook it a little bit and steam it or whatever. Nuts, especially pistachios, they're absolutely fabulous in having the coenzyme Q in them. What is it that causes us to be deficient? It's kind of our next topic. And when you think about it, as I mentioned before, at the age of 20, your body starts to kind of decrease in the amount of coenzyme Q that it makes. There are certain vitamin deficiencies, such as B vitamin deficiencies, that actually make it much more difficult for our body to manufacture. They're genetics. Some people have a genetic condition that really will make it so that they can't utilize or make coenzyme Q. And then stress. Stress, like everything else in the body, is really hard on it. So we want to really be mindful about how much stress, that was a joke, by the way, mindful about how much stress we have in our lives, and really look at ways that we can take a break from that. So if I decide that because maybe I have a family history of heart disease, or maybe I feel like I'm not going to eat any of those foods that have all of the things in it for the coenzyme Q, um, because they are talking about it having some beneficial effect with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, and thinking about that it slows the progression of these diseases. So okay, so now I'm to the point where, yeah, I'm eating some. I'm not going to eat all that much because I don't really like those foods. I can force myself to eat some, but is it going to be enough? So that's where we get into the area of supplements. And first of all, with coenzyme Q, there is no recommended daily allowance. So recommended daily allowance is when the scientific community has gotten together and said, most bodies need a range from this to this of coenzyme Q in order to be healthy. The range is all over the place as far as that's concerned. My recommendation with all supplements is you start low and then build up from there, because it may be that you don't tolerate the supplement. It might be that it starts interfering with other things. And that's something else to consider is what other medications or conditions do you have? Are you undergoing chemotherapy? Things that you need to really consider before you really start any supplement as far as that's concerned. So the dosage, like I said, is very wide, anywhere from 500 milligrams to 2 grams, and I've seen it all over the place. And again, my recommendation, if you're going to do this, start low and go up from there. So what else do I need to think about if I'm going to take a supplement? Make sure that it is USP tested. That means that it doesn't mean necessarily that it's going to be the most effective in your body. What it means is that it has been tested to say what they say is in that capsule or tablet actually is in there. And that's really important because there are starting to be lots of, or always has been actually, people that aren't exactly truthful as to what's in their products. So that's what that is designed to do, is to say, yep, it's been independently tested. If they say there's 500 milligrams of coenzyme Q in there, there's 500 milligrams of coenzyme Q. So that's it for our supplement discussion today. Let me know if you want to know anything else, but also I am loading these onto my YouTube channel and they will be there as well. So pop over there and subscribe. It's An Ageless Life with Diana Devi. And I look forward to seeing you next Saturday. I do have one queued up then, but please let me know if there's something in particular that you're interested in or want discussion on. I also have a PDF coming soon, information sheet basically, about magnesium, because there's been a request for that. So only way you get that is through my email list. So sign up. Talk to you soon. See you next Saturday. Bye-bye.